They beat the delivery number by 2,000, but disappointed relative to Elon Musk's tweet. So that just want to clarify that. And then looking at the quarter, this quarter, it's really the gross margin line that we're really concerned with here. The street expectation is for flat automotive gross margins at 19%. And that was a number that really disappointed investors last quarter. So as we see that start to creep higher, we think the stock can move higher here. The other number that we're also very focused on is the operating cash flow number. They put up a fantastic number last quarter, a little over $860 million. We think that we might see a repeat today. And the street numbers have gone from about $500 million to $600 million in the last 3 weeks or so.
How is gross margin going to go higher if the Model 3 is going to be a bigger part of the mix?
So we actually saw higher production numbers, so you've got some leverage in terms of the manufacturing footprint. There's also some mixed benefits that we see coming from Europe with a little bit higher content in terms of the options. But then you also had the Model S and Model X numbers creep up just a little bit quarter over quarter, which tends to be a higher margin product for them.
And then in terms of the cash flow number, you're expecting the upside to come mostly from the EU and specifically from the monetization of credits, basically environmental credits?
That's not correct. So we're looking at the mix for this year. Next year, we think there's actually a tailwind for Tesla. As you see the new emissions standards get implemented in Europe, the standard will be 95 grams per kilometer. The average fleet in 2018 was 122 grams per kilometer. And really, the OEMs are tracking behind where they need to be for next year. We think each of those credits is worth about $9,500. And so for every car that Tesla sells into Europe, we think they can monetize roughly 98% of that credit.
So that's next year?
Correct.
Okay, so for this quarter, what are you expecting there on the cash flow?
In terms of the cash flow, we're expecting something on the order of $700 million. We think we're about $100 million above where the street estimates are, and we could see something closer to $800 million as well.